Lightbulb moment number one: a journalist interview is not a sales pitch, it is a conversation. Now, I regularly share top tips in this YouTube channel, and I would love you to be part of it. So not only please do subscribe, but also if there is anything that you'd like me to address in an upcoming video, please put it in the comments, because I'd be delighted to get you involved and respond to what you need and what you'd be interested in hearing. Not just sharing the information and the insights and things that I've gained in the last 25 years of working with spokespeople to hone their messages and be successful brand champions. But yes, I go back to Lightbulb moment number one: a journalist interview is not a sales pitch, it's a conversation. Now, one of the things that many spokespeople will do, they're so well versed in selling the company or knowing that they have to talk about the XYZ of a particular product, service, or solution that they are needing to highlight and promote at that point, that they forget the fact that they're going to be working with the journalist for a mutual audience. That journalist needs to write an article. They're not going to be the copywriter of the website. They've also potentially already got a press release, so they don't necessarily need all of the bits and bytes unless they specifically ask for it because they haven't had the time to read the press release. Fair enough. But I have trained so many spokespeople who I'll ask the first question in our role play interviews, like, oh, so tell me about what's happening today, or what do you think about digital transformation, for example, for a random topic in the tech world. And they will launch into telling me all about the business or the thing they want to promote specifically. And they will start categorizing. They list that we do this and this and this, and it can do this and this and this. And seriously, it's boring. It's absolutely boring. It doesn't get us anywhere. This isn't a sales pitch. I don't need a whole list. At the same time, those who are great salespeople know how to position the thing that they're wanting to promote within a wider context. So they'll start setting the scene. They'll start talking as if speaking to a customer and start saying all of the things that are happening in the world. And then, by the way, I've got this solution and we can help solve your problem. It's not bad in terms of an approach because they're already one step closer to storytelling, understanding the wider context, which the person who just lists all of the features and the things that the business does isn't necessarily close to. However, a key difference between a journalist interview and a sales pitch directly to a customer is that you need to do message first when it comes to an interview. Tell me what it is. Say in a simple sentence, this is what it is that I want to talk about. This is what it enables. Simple sentences. And the reason why we have created this, or I've packaged that, or I'm wanting to talk about this today is because, and then give the wider context, then bring in the story. Tell me about the trends and the topics and the things that are a challenge or of interest to our mutual audience. Your customers and prospects are my customers and prospects as a journalist. So we need to make sure that we find a common ground. Help the journalist to write an article that will be interesting and not just the copy for your website or the press release. Literally think through. What would interest me today if I were on the receiving end? But you've got to make it really simple for a journalist to be able to position you properly, to know how you differentiate yourself from a potential competitor or why you're unique. So you come in really early on to say, this is what it is and this is what it enables. It's pretty much a descriptor message. But then you've got to bring in the story and also consider your brand champion message. Why are you passionate about this? Why do you care? Bring a level of personality in. It's not just you need to care about this, they need to care about that. This is what's happening. Make it personal. Make it so that we can really feel why you care, what you're passionate about it, or at least just by bringing in a bit more energy, what's natural to you in terms of your 8 out of 10 in energy. But it's not a sales pitch. We have to make sure that when we're approaching a journalist interview, it's a conversation. You're working together. Take out the need to remember all of the sales messages and all of the features. You can always come back to them at a later date if there's something that you've forgotten. What's more interesting is to focus on the story, the wider why. Why should they care? So why do you care? Why should they care? Why do your mutual audiences care? Consider it's a conversation. And actually, that also takes a lot of pressure off. There are too many spokespeople who lack confidence because they think, I've got to say the right thing in the right way, and the journalist is going to catch me out. It's a conversation. They're not there to catch you out. They're there to try and write an article or to do something, even if it's a video for their website. Whatever that media outlet needs, they need to provide that content. So they need to look to you to help them create that content. That's why it's a conversation. It's really not a sales pitch. But if you have any questions about this or anything that you're stuck on, just put things in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. Also, you can DM me on LinkedIn if there's something specific you want to ask. But if we can keep it within this channel, that would be even better, because then I can respond. And like I said at the beginning, if there's a particular topic that you would like me to cover, please do also put that in the comments and I will do a future video on it. But do subscribe. That would be amazing. Do click on the grey icon to be notified when I'm doing any videos. And good luck. If you are a company representative, the next time that you need to step up, I wish you all the best.